As I'm sure you're all aware, the Sri Lankan military has had an ongoing campaign in the north and east regions of Sri Lanka targeting Tamil people in general, basically bombing villages and forcing them into a concentrated area on the coast. So I became aware of that a few weeks ago through meeting members of the Tamil Youth Organisation, and recently, obviously, within the last week, that escalated and civilians were being killed. So that ended up meaning that we started a group at university, began a 24/7 vigil here in the quad, and on Monday I started a hunger strike. And since then we've had a really good response. The media's picked it up. Eventually, basically, today we've got TV3 here and John Minto and Keith Locke speaking, which is awesome. AUSA's been supportive, and students in general have really gotten into it and wanted to find out more, or have just supported. And so today's the sixth day, and I've been feeling pretty good generally. At the start of the week it was alright, but definitely keen to have a feed now. Definitely feeling it. So this afternoon I'm going to end the hunger strike because I'm happy with the results, and we've got some media and got some people behind us, and wait to hear back from the government, see if they respond and see if they put out a strong demand. Basically what we want is humanitarian aid organisations unrestricted access in Sri Lanka so that they can treat the people that have been affected. That's what we want, and that's what we want the government to call for.
The Sri Lankan government has announced a military victory over the liberation tigers of Tamil Nadu, but what the Sri Lankan government has not done is won over the hearts of the Tamil people. There are more than 300,000 displaced Tamils in the northeast, and the Sri Lankan government is not allowing media or non-government agencies to any access to these areas to help the people. What we are asking the Sri Lankan government to do is allow access in order to get humanitarian aid that is so needed in those areas. And what we're asking the international community to do is to enforce, to put some pressure on the Sri Lankan government to do this. In the past few months we have been really working hard, staging many protests and trying to talk to media and trying to talk to politicians. We haven't had much success. We have had the government releasing statements asking for a ceasefire, but these statements have to be followed through. I mean, verbal and written requests to the Sri Lankan government are not going to help. I mean, US and EU have done the same. If they are not going to be heard, we need some force, some pressure, some consequences have to be laid out if the Sri Lankan government does not permit access for humanitarian aid.
It's a struggle of Indigenous people, like there are struggles all over the world, and the Tamil people of Sri Lanka have the same right to self-determination as Māori people in New Zealand, as Indigenous people around the world. And so it's been a crushing setback after years of building up the struggle, but it doesn't mean the struggle goes on.
And the Green Party is pressing for our government to stand up, to say to the world community, we cannot accept this genocide where 250,000 people are herded into concentration camps and their rights denied. We must bring assistance to them. We must allow the international welfare agencies to get in to help those people. That must be the demand of the United Nations, of the Sri Lankan government. And we must insist that the spotlight of the world through human rights monitors is present in those camps where people are being taken away, their rights violated. That is unacceptable in the 21st century.